What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. Today we're going to be rebuilding / retooling the Buffalo Bills. We got Josh Allen, 92 overall superstar X Factor at quarterback. We got Stephon Diggs, 95 overall superstar X Factor at wide receiver. He just signed a big 6-year deal. We got third year receiver Gabriel Davis at wide receiver 2. He's going to have some time to develop. He might be having a breakout season this year. We got Jamison Crowder, the former Washington Commander / New York Jet at wide receiver 3, and then McKenzie wide receiver 4. We got Dawson Knox at tight end, 83 overall star dev. We also got OJ Howard at tight end, so I'm thinking about considering trading OJ Howard, see if we can get something else that we need, a position filled. We got Morris at center. We got Saffield at left guard. We got Dawkins at left tackle. Offensive line is great on the left side, but on the right side is iffy, to say the least. Defensively, we got Tremaine Edmonds at middle linebacker on the last year of his deal. He always ends up in free agency in these rebuilds, so I looked at his contract and we only have like $17 million in cap space going into next season, so I see why he always ends up in free agency, because they really can't afford to bring him back. But we got Micah Hyde at free safety, 91 overall superstar dev. We got Milano at right outside linebacker. The left outside linebacker slot is a weakness at the moment. We got Jordan Poyer at strong safety, 91 overall star dev. We got Von Miller coming over in free agency at right end, 92 overall superstar dev, or superstar X Factor. We got Tre'Davious White, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, 93 overall superstar X Factor. And we got Kaiir Elam, I think that's how you pronounce it, first round pick. He's got hidden dev, he's 73 overall. I'm gonna leave him at cornerback 3 right now and play him in the slot. Maybe he'll develop into a good corner. And we got Ed Oliver at defensive tackle. We got Jones at defensive tackle 2. Russo coming into his second season at defensive end. We got Johnson at cornerback 2. So as for now, I'm gonna go look in the trades and see if I could potentially trade OJ Howard and maybe someone else to try to get a better left outside linebacker, or just see what I can get in return in general. So after looking through a bunch of trades, I was able to trade OJ Howard, the tight end, for Warner, outside linebacker from the Saints. He's going to be a scheme fit run stopper once I move him to left outside linebacker. Says that he's not a good scheme fit right there, but that's because he's at a right outside linebacker. But I think he's only in his second season, 76 overall, so I think it's a pretty good trade to fill a spot we need to fill on defense. Alright, so I moved Warner over to left outside linebacker. He's a 77 overall scheme fit now. That's the only trade that I made. I'm not making any other changes to the team. But you can see he has no more dev, and he's a run stopping scheme fit. 24 years old, he's 6'3", 242 pounds. He has 85 speed with 90 tackles, so hopefully he helps our defense out. Here we are at the midseason point of the first season. We were 6-0, leading the division. Dolphins are 3-4, Patriots are 3-4, the Jets are 2-5. Out to a pretty damn good start. We're gonna check out players that are available to re-sign. Jordan Poyer wants to come back. We got $30 million in cap space. He's already 31 years old. I'm not too sure if I want to bring him back. I do really want to bring Tremaine Edmonds back, but I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to afford him. Dawson Knox, I definitely want to try to bring him back. There's a lot of potential players that I really want to bring back pretty much all these guys, but $30 million in cap space, I don't know. Gonna offer Dawson Knox a deal. He's coming back. How much cap space we got left? 20 mil. Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm gonna wait till the end of the season. The end of the regular season, we ended up going 11-6 and winning the division. The Dolphins went 8-9, Jets went 7-10, and the Patriots went 6-11 in the playoffs. Let's check out the stats here. We got the 7th ranked offense, and defensively we have the 18th ranked defense. So Josh Allen, 5,300 pass yards, 37 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Dang, that's a great touchdown interception ratio. 63% completion, 104.7 QB rating. Running back Devin Singletary didn't do so great. He had 863 yards with 3.6 yards per carry with 7 touchdowns. That's all right. The Receiving wise, Stephon Diggs, 107 catches for 1,600 yards and 7 touchdowns. Dude's a beast. Jamison Crowder, 1,198 yards, 14 touchdowns, almost 16 yards per catch. Gabriel Davis had 1,167 yards, 8 touchdowns. Dawson Knox had 647 yards with 2 touchdowns. Running back Devin Singletary, 44 catches for 426 yards and 3 touchdowns. Defensively, Matt Milano led the team in tackles with 108. Tremaine Edmonds had 102. Poyer had 96. Dang, so Evans and Poyer both had two of the top 3 most tackles on the team, and we might not be getting one of them back, or either one. Von Miller had 23.5 sacks. Dang. Greg Rousseau had 11.5 sacks. Nice. Ed Oliver had 6. Milano had 4. Tremaine Edmonds had 2. Interceptions, Tre'Davious White had 4. Milano had 2. Kyer Elam, the rookie, had 2 interceptions. Poyer had 2 interceptions. Warner, the linebacker that we traded for, had 1 interception. Taron Johnson had 1, and Micah Hyde had 1. Looking at the playoff bracket, we're the number 3 seed playing against the number 6 seed Cleveland Browns. We got the Ravens playing against the Broncos, and we got the Chargers against the Titans. The Colts had a bye week, number 1 seed. Here we are in the playoff game, playing at home in Buffalo. Jump up to a 7-0 lead. Going into the second quarter, still 7-0. We jumped up 14-0 lead, 14-3, 21-3, 21-10. Going into the halftime, it's 28-10. Third quarter, 28-10 still. 31-10, we're still winning. 31-17 in the fourth quarter, we're still winning. 31-24, Browns trying to make a comeback. They tied it up 31-31 in the fourth quarter. Who's going to score? We kicked the field goal and won the game 34-31. Crazy game after we were just basically leaving them in the dust to begin with. On to the next round. Looking at the playoff bracket, we got to play against the Ravens. They're number 2 seed, and then on the other side we got the Colts against the Chargers. Chargers blew out the Titans 42-20. The Ravens beat the Broncos 23-17. Here we are in the divisional round of the playoffs, playing in Baltimore. We jump up to a 7-0 lead. Baltimore kicks a field goal 7-3. We jump up 10-10, tied in the second quarter. Still 10-10 in the third quarter. 24-10. The Baltimore Ravens are. Dang, I can't even keep up. 31-17 in the fourth quarter. 38-17. Baltimore's winning 38-24. We lost the game 38 to, I think I said 30 or something. I didn't see what the final score was, but yeah, we lost it. Man. 31. Yeah, we scored 31, so it's 38-31. Looking at the season awards, Josh Allen, our quarterback, won MVP. Coach of the year. We weren't on there apparently. Josh Allen came in 3rd for offensive player of the year, and Jamison Crowder came in 10th. Dang, he was above Stephon Diggs on that. Defensive player of the year, Von Miller, came in 2nd to Myles Garrett, and then Greg Rousseau was in 9th. Offensive rookie of the year, nobody. Defensive rookie of the year, Kyer Elam came in 4th. Best quarterback, Josh Allen. How did Josh Allen come in 2nd for best quarterback, but he won MVP? I don't know how that works. Nothing on running backs. Wide receivers, we got Crowder and Diggs here at 3 and 4, and Davis is at 10. No offensive lineman. Best defensive lineman, Von Miller, got it. And then Rousseau came in 6th on it. Best linebacker, nothing. Best defensive back, Tre'Davious White, came in 5th. 2022 season recap. Colts beat the Rams in the Super Bowl 28-21. Safety Rodney McLeod Jr. with the Colts won MVP of the Super Bowl. And then we saw that Josh Allen won the MVP of the regular season. Frank Reich won Coach of the Year with the Colts. Jonathan Taylor won Offensive Player of the Year with the Colts. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Drake London won Rookie of the Year with the Falcons, and Devin Lloyd won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Jaguars. Looking at retired players, we actually had 2 offensive linemen retire. Roger Saffold was a starting left guard for us, and Quisenberry, I think he was starting for us too, but we definitely need to upgrade offensive line for sure. Okay, so looking at players that are available to re-sign at the end of the season before free agency starts. I want to bring Poyer back, but I don't think that we can afford him. Same thing with Edmonds. Singletary, I'm gonna let him walk. He didn't really do that good for the offense that we had. He only did like 3.6 yards per carry. Crowder, I'm gonna let him walk. He's already 30 years old with 78 overall normal div, so he's only gonna get worse. Same thing with McKenzie. He's gonna get worse. Jordan Phillips, he's gonna start getting worse. Cody Ford, he's only 26 years old. He's a cheap option to keep at right guard. Need to try to save some money in a couple of spots. He's coming back. We got to be smart with this little bit of money that we got. I think that's all I'm going to bring back. Everyone else, I'm just going to let them walk and see what I can do in free agency and the draft. Here in free agency, I signed players that we needed to replace starters that left the team. I signed Julian Love at strong safety to replace Poyer. I signed Eric Flowers at left guard to replace Saffield that retired, and I signed Chris Barnes at middle linebacker to replace Tremaine Edwards. Here in the first round of the draft, we got pick number 27 since we made it pretty deep in the playoffs. I looked at this safety here. He doesn't look good. He only has a C zone coverage, which is not good for a safety since they're mostly going to be in the zone most of the time. But I did see the center down here. He's a power scheme fit, 21 years old. We don't really know too much about his combine or pro day because he didn't go to any of them. Apparently, he decided not to participate. But it says that he has elite change of direction and great speed. Looking at the skills that we do know, since we have him 65% scouted, he has B awareness, A impact block, A lead block, A run block power, and A stamina. So to me, that means that he's a good blocker. And when you're drafting a center, you want him to be a good blocker. So I'm about to draft him right now. He has hidden div. Alright, so I'm here in the second round of the draft. I made a trade. As you can see, there wasn't any good players that were worth getting at the spot that we were in for any positions that we particularly needed. We really need a good starting running back, so I traded our current starting running back since we lost Singletary to free agency. Traded him. I traded a second round pick that we were going to use in this round, and then a third round pick in this draft to get Javonte Williams from the Broncos, who's an 85 overall scheme fit, and I think he has star div, but he's only 23 years old, and he's a scheme fit power back, so it's going to help our offense out a lot. Checking out the draft recap, the center we drafted in the first round, Jaden Campbell, is only a 73 overall. He does have hidden div, but he has 73 run block, 74 pass block, 84 run block power, 83 lead block. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a starter right out the jump. Computer drafted everyone else since I traded away the second and third round pick. They drafted this tight end who is a hidden div, and he is 23 years old, 6'6", 268 pounds. He's a scheme fit, but it says scheme fit's vertical threat, but speed 79, I guess that's not too slow for as big as he is. Alright, so I decided to make a trade for defensive tackle Javon Kinlaw from the 49ers. I'm trying to upgrade the second defensive tackle spot on our D-line. So I traded our current second string defensive tackle D Jones and backup defensive end Epinesa and a fourth round pick to get him. So this is what the starting lineup looks like for the second season. Josh Allen's a 96 overall superstar X Factor. Javonte Williams, 86 overall, scheme fit running back, 23 years old with star div. And then we got Stephon Diggs, 97 overall superstar X Factor, wide receiver 1. We got Davis at wide receiver 2, 84 overall star div. Wide receiver 3 is going to be, I'm going to move Shakir up to wide receiver 3 because he's younger. So at center, Morris was the center, but I moved him to right tackle because he's almost a scheme fit over here. See, he's a 78 overall power for his archetype, but his pass protector, which is the scheme fit we need, is a 77. So by the end of the season, he'll be a scheme fit. And I moved that first round draft pick center to be in the starter at center. So basically the whole offensive line is almost a scheme fit. Now we had Eric Flowers coming over from the left guard, free agency. Dawkins, the left tackle, is 86 overall star div. Dawson Knox is up to 85 overall star div. And then that tight end that the computer drafted is going to be backing them up. Defensively, we got to make some moves. We brought Barnes in at middle linebacker. Milano's up to superstar div. Micah Hyde dropped down to star div. We brought Love over free agency. And then we got Rousseau's up to superstar div. Kinlaw we just traded for his star div. Ed Oliver's up to superstar div, 84 overall. Von Miller dropped down to superstar div. He lost his X Factor. Tre'Davious White is a 95 overall superstar X Factor. And then Elam, the first-round draft pick from last season, he's a 76 overall star div. And Johnson's up to 83 overall still with just normal div. But the defense is looking pretty nasty. The offense got better on the line and at running back. Even the second-string wide receiver came up a lot. So high hopes for the team this year. At the midseason point, we are 6-1, leading the division. The Jets are 4-3. Patriots are 3-4. The Dolphins are 2-4. Check out the players that are available to negotiate with. Micah Hyde, he's 32 years old. He's still 89 overall star. I'm not going to sign him right now because the odds are at the end of the season he's going to go down in overall. He might even lose a star div and drop down to normal div, so we could probably get him for cheaper. Right now it says 2 years, $27.8 million, so I'm going to try to remember that and see if it gets any lower by the end of the season. Javon Kinlaw, I'm definitely going to re-sign him since we just traded for him. He wants a 2-year deal. Offer's perfect, he's coming back. Gabriel Davis, I do want to re-sign him. Dang, I didn't realize how big he is, 6'2", 220 pounds. A big old boy at wide receiver. He's coming back next year. Ed Oliver, ooh, we only got 19 million. Well, luckily we don't really have anyone else we need to re-sign, so I hope we got enough money to re-sign Ed Oliver right here. Yeah, we will. But he wants more money though. Here we are at the end of the regular season. We went 13-4. We got a first-round bye week in the playoffs. Check out season stats here. It looks like Josh Allen led the league in passing. Yep. We got the second-ranked offense. Defensively, 13th. Not too shabby. Josh Allen had 5,700 yards, 42 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 68% completion, and a 104.7 rating. Rushing-wise, Javonte Williams definitely did better than Singletary. He had 1,000 yards, 4.1 per carry with 16 touchdowns. Josh Allen had 333 yards, almost 5 yards a carry, and 7 touchdowns from the running back spot. And then backup running back Zach Moss had 7 rushing touchdowns. Stephon Diggs had another monster season with 121 catches for 1,600 yards and 9 touchdowns. Gabriel Davis had 1,000 yards and only 2 touchdowns. But Khalil Shakir, he only played in 12 games because he was hurt the first 4 games of the season, but he still had 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Dawson Knox, 861 yards with 10 touchdowns. Even the 4th-string receiver had 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Matt Milano led the team in tackles with 112. Julian Love had 91. Taron Johnson had 88. TFL's Von Miller had 18. Russo had 16. Oliver had 14. Javon Kinlaw had 10. Von Miller had 21 sacks out here beasting. Ed Oliver had 8.5 sacks. Russo had 6. Javon Kinlaw had 6. Tre'Davious White had 5 interceptions. We got the Browns and the Broncos playing, the Raiders and the Bengals, and then the Titans and the Ravens. So whoever the worst team is remaining, we will play them in the divisional round. We're going to be playing against the Broncos in the divisional round. They beat the Browns 45-42. That was a close game. And then on the other side, we got the Titans against the Bengals. Here we are in the playoff game, playing at home in Buffalo. We jump up to a 7-0 lead. It's tied 7-7. 10-7, we're up by 3. Denver ties it up. We take a lead 17-10. Denver ties it up 17-7. We jump up 24-17 in the third quarter. Fourth quarter still 24-17. We jump up 31-17 lead, 31-24. Broncos trying to make it close at the end. We got away with the dub. Buffalo Bills going to the next round. Looks like we're going to be playing against the Bengals in the AFC Championship game. They beat the Titans 41-27. Here we are in the AFC Championship game playing in Buffalo. Bengals up 3-0 and we tied at 3-3 in the second. We took a 10-3 lead. Bengals kicked the field goal 10-6. We jump up 13-6. 13-13 is tied up in the third quarter. 20-13 we're winning. Fourth quarter still 20-13. 23-13 we're up by 10 in the fourth quarter. 23-16. And we win the AFC Championship game 23-16. Going to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen won MVP again for the second year in a row. McDermott came in 10th for Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Allen was 5th. Defensive Player of the Year, Von Miller came in 2nd to Myles Garrett again. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we didn't have nothing. Defensive Rookie of the Year, nothing. Best Quarterback, Josh Allen came in second to Patrick Mahomes. Best Running Back, Javonte Williams came in 8th. Best Wide Receiver, Stephon Diggs came in 6th. Best Offensive Lineman, nothing. Best Defensive Lineman, Von Miller came in 2nd to Myles Garrett again. And Ed Oliver came in 10th. Best Linebacker, nothing. Best Defensive Back, Tre'Davious White came in 3rd. We're playing against the Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. They came in as a number 7 seed and barely beat the Giants, and then they beat the Rams and they blew out the Panthers. But I saw their record. They made it into the playoffs with an 8-9 record. So they barely limped in, and now they're in here playing in the Super Bowl. Crazy. We are in the Super Bowl. We jump up to a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. We're up 10-0 in the first. Tampa Bay scores is 10-7. Tampa Bay's up 14-13. Now we take the lead 20-14. 27-14, we're winning in the second quarter. 33-14 in the third quarter, we're winning by 20 points right now. Hopefully we can hold on to this lead. We're up 41-14, 41-21, 48-21, 51-21. 30-point blowout in the Super Bowl against the Buccaneers. I wonder if they had Tom Brady at quarterback or if he retired.
For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy. You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
Well, I looked at the box score from the Super Bowl, and Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback. He had a 58 QB rating, 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he threw 4 interceptions. 2023 season recap: Buffalo Bills beat the Buccaneers 51-21 in the Super Bowl to get their first Super Bowl championship. Tre'Davious White won MVP of the Super Bowl. Josh Allen, we saw he won MVP of the regular season. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year. Larry James with the Seahawks won Offensive Rookie of the Year. I thought that was a funny name. So Von Miller decided to ride off in the sunset on a Super Bowl win. He retired after 13 years. Sucks that we're losing him because he was getting over 20 sacks the 2 seasons he was with us. Well, I guess the only good thing is that it's going to free up some cap space because I think he was making like $20 million a year, so we should have money to replace him. Here, looking at players I can re-sign before free agency starts. We got $55 million in cap space since Von Miller decided to retire. So I'm checking out Micah Hyde. He's still at 87 overall, playing up to an 88. I wonder what his speed is. His speed's still 89. 33 years old. That's pretty fast for a 33-year-old safety. I mean, I figured they would have dropped down to like 85 speed, but I'm going to go ahead and try to sign him to a 1-year deal. Bringing him back, try to repeat on the Super Bowl here. Ed Oliver, we need you to come to the team, bro. Let's go with this player-friendly deal and see if he signs. He's going to test free agency. Dude, come on. We need you back. Can I franchise tag him? How much is a franchise tag? $21 million. I'm gonna do it. Cannot let you go, sir. And kicker, Tyler Bass, 2 years, $8 million. Yeah, I'll go ahead and offer it. He's not interested. Okay. I'm not interested in Zach Moss. I think we got like $20 million in cap space, so pretty much most of the team is coming back. I mean, I think the offensive line is still in a good spot. Morse dropped down from star dev to normal dev. Knox is up to 89 overall. This backup tight end that the computer drafted is a star dev with 71 overall. Josh Allen's up to a 99. Javonte Williams is at 91. Stephon Diggs is up to a 98. Defensively, looks like Milano lost his superstar dev that he had. Oliver's still a superstar. Rousseau is still a superstar. Tre'Davious White's at a 97 overall. Elam's up to a 79. So basically, the only hole that we have is this right end. I'm just gonna run the same team back unless I can find like even better players for a cheaper deal or something. But we need to just fill this spot right here in free agency. We should be good. So I was going through free agency. I ended up signing Jonathan Grenard to play defensive end for us. He's only a normal dev, but he's 79 overall, and he's a pass rusher, so he's gonna take Von Miller's spot. I tried to get 2 different players that were better. You know, obviously I tried to get Nick Bosa, but he wanted way too much money. He only had 21 million in cap space, and I also tried to get Brian Burns. Well, you can see he got a 3-year deal for 34 million per year. Definitely didn't have enough money for that, so for now we're just gonna go with Grenard. I might try to see if I can trade for somebody that's better possibly, but maybe we'll get lucky in the draft and find someone, but we'll see. In the first round of the draft, we got pick number 32. That's the only downfall of winning the Super Bowl, is you got the last pick in the first round, but hey, we'll take it. Basically, there's no defensive ends here at all, and this high in the draft, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this free safety, Marion Woodley, because we're gonna need someone to replace Micah Hyde probably next year. He's 22 years old. He doesn't look too bad. He runs a 4.49. He has great agility, great change of direction. Skills wise, we know he has A awareness, he has A hit power, he has B man coverage, B play recognition. So here we go. And he's normal dev, that's not good, but hopefully he has a high overall. In the second round, there's not really too much to go off of. I looked at all these players. Definitely don't want to draft a quarterback. I think I'm probably gonna draft running back. Was it this guy? Dakota Harvey. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and draft him. Backup running back, who's a scheme fit power back. It is what it is. Safety we drafted in the first round, he is a 75 overall, so he does have a pretty decent overall. Just sucks that he has normal dev, but his speed's 88. He has 70 zone coverage with 72 tackle. Man coverage is 74. We'll take that. Maybe he'll develop. Running back that we drafted, Dakota Harvey's only a 69 overall. The computer drafted this wide receiver, Dean Thurman, in the third round. I was actually considering drafting him in the second round, but the computer did it anyways in the third round, so we got lucky on that. But he's just normal dev though. They drafted this cornerback, Darnell Gates, and he does have hidden dev. He's 5'11", 187 pounds, little dude. I wanted to upgrade the defensive end spot. Instead of having Grenard, I want to get Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions and see if we can, you know, make him into one of the best defensive ends in football and get like 20 sacks. So they have this new feature on here on Madden that's called Get Offers that I didn't know about. Somebody watching one of my previous videos had mentioned it in the comments, so I'm about to press triangle right now to get offers and see what comes up. So we have 2 potential deals here. They'll take the center that we drafted, Jaden Campbell, straight up, or they'll take a first round pick, third round pick, and a 4th round pick. I don't want to give up the center. I think it's worth it to just trade away this first round, third round, 4th round pick, because most likely we're going to be going to the Super Bowl or deep into the playoffs. So that pick's not going to be like an elite player, and I don't really care about 3rd or 4th round picks. So I'm about to do this deal right here. Done deal. Let's send it and make it official. So this is what the team is looking like after we did the trade. We got the same offensive lineman, the whole offense and everything looks exactly the same. Defensively, we got Hutchinson and moved him down from outside linebacker to play right in for us. I'm going to go ahead and keep Grenard for this season to be a backup for us. And we got Woodley, the safety I drafted in the first round, is going to back up Micah Hyde. And then over here, Bernard's not the starting linebacker. Warner is, but he's out for 1 week for whatever reason. But hopefully this defensive line can live up to its potential. We are at the mid-season point, and we were off to a terrible start. We are 2-5, but there is a really good reason that we are off to such a bad start, because we had a huge injury on the team. Yep, Josh Allen, 6 weeks out with a dislocated ankle. Also, our starting left tackle is out for 1 week apparently. So I looked at the backup quarterback, was terrible. He's like a 60 overall. But I went to free agency and I signed the best available quarterback right now to try to save the season. Kirk Cousins, 70 overall, is the best available quarterback in free agency. So we're putting all of our hopes and dreams into him to repeat for a Super Bowl. This guy was the quarterback, played like 1 or 2 games apparently, but we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna look at players ready to negotiate. Definitely don't want to bring Kirk Cousins back. Javonte Williams, see, we got 114 million in cap space, so we must have a lot of players on here. Yeah. All right, well, Ed Oliver, I definitely want you to come back, sir. Will you please sign this deal? You always want more money, dude. All right. Javonte Williams, definitely want to bring you back. Will you sign this deal? Everybody wants more. Guess they don't like playing in the cold weather here. Micah Hyde, probably gonna let him walk. Deion Dawkins, a left tackle. He's 30 years old. I do want to bring him back, but I'll probably wait till the end of the season because he might regress some since he's up there in age. Rousseau, definitely gonna sign you back, sir. 2-year deal. Everybody wants more money, man. Well, we might not be able to bring everyone back. Taron Johnson, but there's re-sign interest is low. Team has franchise quarterback. No players have that tag. Yeah, we do. He's just hurt right now, dude. All right, well, we're gonna have to wait on you, sir. Pete Werner, I don't know if I want to bring you back on that big deal because I know we traded for you at the beginning of the rebuild, but I don't think that you've been like that big of a deal. Yeah, you have one season where you had 85 tackles, but the rest of the time you're barely doing anything. 60 tackles. Only got 40. Oh, you got 40 tackles this year, so you might have a big year this year. But Milano. So we're gonna lose Warner and Milano. Well, I think I might want to keep Warner. I don't know. I'm gonna wait probably till the end of the year and see. At week 15, we're 6-7. Nobody's injured anymore, so there's a chance that we could make it into the playoffs since we got Josh Allen back. I want to see how we did on the schedule. So, dang, Kirk Cousins came in week 8, so he lost the first game and then he won the game. 52-3 against the Jaguars. What's going on here? Dang, Kirk Cousins is balling out here. Look at this. He threw for 429 yards and 2 touchdowns. The old guy getting it done because he got Stephon Diggs, and Gabriel Davis had 11 catches for 133 yards. Stephon Diggs, 147 yards. Crazy. All right, well, Kirk Cousins gave us a chance. Let's see if Josh Allen can cash it in. We won every game the rest of the way, but we did not make the playoffs, unfortunately. I think that we were 6-7, so yeah, we went 10-7, so that means we won the next. I don't want to look at the playoff schedule. I want to look at the team schedule. Let me go to the regular season. And then, yeah, we won every single game when Josh Allen came back. But we did not make it in. We were the only team that went 10-7 that didn't make it into the playoffs. I was checking out the standings, at least on the AFC side. So the Dolphins went 15-2. Well, yeah, we went 10-7 and didn't make it. The Chiefs went 10-7 and made it. The Colts went 10-7 and made it. And then on the NFC side, basically everyone that made it in was 10-7 besides the Panthers, who were 14-3. So if we would have been on the NFC side, we definitely would have been in. So unfortunate. Checking out the players' season stats, we had the 3rd ranked offense still, even though Josh Allen missed a lot. 21st ranked defense, so the defense is getting worse. Kirk Cousins had a better season than Josh Allen, man. He threw for 2,100 yards, 14 touchdowns, only 5 picks with a 70% completion rating, 107 QB rating. Josh Allen, I mean, he still had a pretty good year for playing. How many games did he play in, does it say? They each played in 10 games. Oh, I guess it's counting Kirk Cousins for the games that he came back. Well, after Josh Allen came back, I was like, what? There's not 20 games in the season. But okay, rushing wise, Javonte Williams had a pretty good season, 1,273 yards, 4.9 per carry with 21 touchdowns. Doug Abbott had 7 rushing touchdowns, a backup running back. Stephon Diggs continues to have monster seasons, 110 catches for 1,400 yards with 7 touchdowns. Gabriel Davis, 1,100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Khalil Shakir almost had 1,000 yards with 7 touchdowns. Dawson Knox had 777 yards with 11 touchdowns. Defensively, Matt Milano led the team in tackles with 122. Warner had 114, so I guess you heard me talking crap about him not producing. And then Aiden Hutchinson had 21 TFLs. Ed Oliver had 20. Rusal had 15. Aiden Hutchinson led the team in sacks with 14, so I'm happy with that trade where I traded away the first-round pick. Rusal had 7.5 sacks. Ed Oliver had 6. Ken Law had 5. So the defensive line was still nasty, but not as nasty as it was whenever we had Von Miller still. Julian Love had 3 interceptions. And the rookie safety Woodley had 3 interceptions and 75 tackles. Nice. He might win Defensive Rookie of the Year, hopefully, and he'll go up in his development trait. Looking at the yearly awards here, Javonte Williams came in 3rd for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Aiden Hutchinson came in 6th. Nice. Offensive Rookie of the Year, nothing. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Woodley came in 2nd to Sims, man. He robbed us of our dev trait. Best quarterback. Is Kirk Cousins on here? Nah. All right. Javonte Williams won Best Running Back, though, so he should be getting a boost. Best Wide Receiver. Man, how do they keep on doing Stephon Diggs dirty like that? Best Offensive Lineman, we got Deion Dawkins 8th. Best Defensive Line, Hutchinson came in 4th. Best Linebacker, nothing. Best Defensive Back, Julian Love came in 7th. 2024 season recap. The Panthers beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 31-17 to win their first ever Super Bowl. And Jalen Hurts is apparently the Panthers quarterback because he won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow won Super Bowl. He won the MVP of the yearly awards. Norman Statton won Coach of the Year with the Panthers. Deebo Samuel won Offensive Player of the Year. Jeffrey Simmons won Defensive Player of the Year. Players available to re-sign before we go into free agency. I'm not going to bring back Kirk Cousins, obviously. Hopefully we don't need him anymore. But Javonte Williams, he was wanting more money. Man, he's only 25, so I guess I'll try to offer him this 5-year deal for $50 million, or 6-year deal for $51 million. He's not interested. What the heck, dude? Alright, Micah Hyde, I'm definitely not going to bring him back. He's already down to 84 overall. He's 34 years old now. He still has 88 speed, though. Figured he would have lost some speed. But Ed Oliver, you're coming back no matter what, dude. Come on. What you doing? Scheme fit. He doesn't like the fact that we don't fit his scheme. So you don't like winning Super Bowls, dude? Let's see what happens. Free agency for you too. Okay. Guess there's gonna be a lot of turnover on the team this year. Deion Dawkins, what you want? 2-year deal for $33 million. All right, you're coming back. We need you to protect that blind side for Josh Allen so he don't get hurt no more. Let's see, Rousseau. Oh yeah, Rousseau. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Rousseau. Definitely want to bring him back. He's only 25 years old and he's up to 87 overall. Scheme fit. Let's go with the player-friendly deal. He wants a mentor at position. Ed Oliver has that, don't he? Man, nobody on our defensive line wants to come back. Taron Johnson. Let me try to get you again. Bump this up a little bit. Will you accept this? All right, you're coming back. What else we got? Warner. He wants 4 years, 47.9 mil. I think I offered him that deal and he didn't like it. Wait, no, I didn't offer him anything. Let me offer him this deal. All right, you're coming back. Milano, I think is the other guy. Yeah, he's already fell off. Look, he's down to 77 overall with normal dev because he's 31 years old. Grenard, I'm not gonna bring him back. Mitch Morris, not gonna bring you back. There's gonna be a lot of turnover on this team, so. Chris Barnes is down to normal dev. Eric Flowers. I think I'm gonna let everyone else walk and see what happens. All right, so I'm looking at the team before we go into free agency, and we have taken huge hits. We lost a lot of good players, and just a lot of players in general. So they like triple clone this dude Hazelwood to make him the starter all across the whole line. Obviously, it's the same guy. They just have him there because that's the only people we have. So we need a left guard, a right tackle. We still got Knox at tight end. He's up to 88 overall, superstar dev. But we do have Robinson. I'm seriously considering, depending on what happens with the free agency and the draft. And we just traded away our first round pick. Dang, I forgot about that. We traded away all these draft picks to get Aiden Hutchinson because we were chasing the Super Bowl. didn't happen. So yeah, we're not gonna be able to do much in the draft probably. I might end up trying to trade Dawson Knox to fill some of these holes in, since we got Robinson coming in at tight end backup. Still got Josh Allen, 99 overall superstar X Factor, and we still got Diggs. We do need another running back. Defensively, we need a middle linebacker. We need an outside linebacker. Woodley's up to star dev with the 78 overall, so good thing we drafted him last year. Tre'Davious White is down to superstar dev, but he's still a 94. Aiden Hutchinson's up to 87 overall superstar dev. We got Javon Kinlaw, 82 overall. So basically we need 2 linebackers, a defensive tackle, a defensive end, and then a bunch of offensive linemen and a running back. So here's what free agency is looking like. The best player we were able to get was Najee Harris at running back. He's a 94 overall superstar X Factor. Basically I was trying to get Ed Oliver back and pretty much all of our defensive players and like some really good defensive players, but it didn't matter how much money I threw at them, they weren't feeling it. So I still had a decent amount of money left, and we needed a new running back, so I decided to try to get Najee Harris, and he accepted our offer, so why not? And then we got Sebastian Joseph Day, Zaven Collins at middle linebacker. A lot of these players are not going to be like amazing, you know, blow it out the water free agent players, but we had to take what we could get. We got Alex Leatherwood at right guard. I know he just got released in real life by the Raiders, so hopefully he's not terrible. We got Odigizua at defensive tackle. I had to bring Mitch Morse back at right tackle. We got Jalen Mayfield. He's 25 years old, scheme fit, left guard, 77 overall. And then I got Akeem Davis-Gaither to play right outside linebacker. He's a scheme fit, and one of the previous rebuilds that I did, he was getting like 130 tackles every year. So hopefully he can do the same for us. We still got $40 million in cap space, but all the good players are gone now. So I don't know, maybe try to make another trade or something, but I think the team is pretty decent overall. Here we are in the second round of the draft. We got pick number 18. We traded away our first round pick, so basically this cornerback, he looked terrible when I looked at his. He has like D zone coverage and C man coverage, so he just can't cover. This defensive tackle, he looks okay. I was looking at this middle linebacker though. He's a pass coverage scheme fit, and it seems like pass coverage linebackers are really hard to come across. So I'm gonna draft this guy. He has great acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, elite jumping, good speed. He has A awareness. His block shedding is a crappy D. He has C hit power. He has B man coverage and A zone coverage. So he's a pass coverage linebacker. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft him in the second round. His normal dev, that sucks. He has 87 speed though. That linebacker we drafted, Duke Darby, is a 71 overall. He's not like terrible, but he's not amazing either. The computer drafted everyone else. They drafted this corner, Mike Williamson. He's a 71 overall. He still has normal dev though. That's what the team looks like for the start of the 4th season. This is who we're gonna be rolling with. We got Josh Allen. Hopefully he doesn't get injured this season. He's a 99 overall. Najee Harris, 95 overall. We got Stephon Diggs at a 97 overall. Shakir's at 77 for the 3rd string wide receiver. Davis is up to 88 overall, star dev. Dawson Knox, I had contemplated trading him, but I'm just going to keep him. He's an 88 overall superstar. Mitch Morse is back for 1 season. Alex Leatherwood. Campbell's up to 85 overall, star dev. We got Mayfield at left guard, and Dawkins at left tackle is 87 overall. Defensively, this is where we took the biggest hit. We got Collins at middle linebacker, and then Darby, the rookie we drafted, backing him up. We got Gaither at right outside linebacker. Warner is an 83 overall star dev, left outside linebacker. Woodley, I'm just going to leave him as a starter. I did try to get Justin Reed in free agency, the safety from the Texans. He was available, and he was like an 88 overall. And I had the biggest deal on the table, but he decided not to take it for whatever reason. And then we got Love at safety. He's 82 overall. Still got Johnson. He's 84. He's holding his overall pretty good, but he just keeps staying at normal dev for whatever reason. And then we got Joseph Day at left end. He's a scheme fit, power rusher, I think, or run stopper. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. Odigizua, we brought in free agency to play defensive tackle too. Javon Kinlaw's up to 82 overall. Hutchinson's at 87 overall, superstar. Tre'Davious White's 95 overall superstar, and then Elam is at 80 overall star div. So I don't know how this season's gonna go, but we will find out. 4-3, and the Patriots are leading the division with the 4-2 record. Dolphins are 2-4, and the Jets are 2-5. So it's not terrible. It could be better, but it could be way worse for sure. Looking at players we can bring back in free agency, Tre'Davious White, definitely want to bring him back. He wants a 1-year deal for $18 million. Okay, you can get it. Yep, you're coming back, sweet. Aiden Hutchinson, he wants a 3-year deal for $63 million. Yep, you're the new Von Miller on the team. You're coming back. And then we got Taron Johnson. I'm going to wait till the end of the year because he's probably going to drop. He's 29 years old with normal div. 83 overall. He'll probably be down to like an 81 or maybe an 80. Same thing with Joseph Day. Kinlaw, he wants 2 years, $17 million. Will you sign this deal? Alright. Appreciate it. Usually you're all fussy and stuff. Kyer Elam, I want to bring him back. 3 years for $12 million. That's not bad. No, he wants a bigger deal. You need to do more. We finished 6-11. Patriots won the division with 10-7 record. The Dolphins went 8-9, and the Jets did the same as us with 6-11. I don't know how a team that's a 90 overall with a 93 offense and a 90 defense can go 6-11, but I'm about to go find out on the schedule right now. Team schedule, regular season. So we lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the last 10 games we lost. Great. I guess that's how you go 6-11. Well, let's see the season stats. Josh Allen had the 3rd most passing yards. We had the 4th ranked offense. His passer rating is 99, but that's 32nd in NFL. 28th ranked defense. So obviously we knew the defense was going to take a hit. 5,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 9 interceptions with a 64% completion. Pretty good season from him. 1,233 rushing yards, 5 yards per carry, 16 touchdowns for Najee Harris. Definitely being a beast. Stephon Diggs had the best season yet in this rebuild. 124 catches for 1,700 yards and 7 touchdowns. Gabriel Davis is being consistent this whole time. He's up 95 catches, 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns. Khalil Shakir, 69 catches, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Dawson Knox, 781 yards with 5 touchdowns. Defensively, Zaven Collins led the team in tackles with 118, and Warner had 115. TFL's Aiden Hutchinson led the team with 22. Joseph Day had 15. Javon Kinlaw had 10. Sacks, Aiden Hutchinson only got 8.5. He led the team. Joseph Day had 5.5. Odigizua had 4.5. And Donovan Kidd, a rookie linebacker that I never even heard of, got 4.5 sacks. Davis Gaither had 2 interceptions. Zaven Collins had 2. Julian Love had 1. Warner had 1, and Tre'Davious White only had 1. Saw that Tre'Davious White was on the injured reserve list. We only missed 1 game though, so guess it happened the last week of the season. Checking out the yearly awards, Josh Allen came in 6th for MVP. And then Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Allen came in 8th. Defensive Player of the Year, nothing because our defense was trash. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Favors came in 10th. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Donovan Kidd, that linebacker I'd never heard of, came in 4th. Best quarterback, Josh Allen came in 6th. Best running back, Najee Harris came in 6th. Best wide receiver, Stephon Diggs had that insane season. And they're like, oh, you're only the 6th best in the AFC. Best offensive line, nothing. Best defensive line, Aiden Hutchinson came in 9th. Best linebacker, nothing. Best defensive back, nothing. 2025 season recap. Bengals beat the Packers in the Super Bowl 28-21 to get their first ever Super Bowl. Joe Burrow won MVP of the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson won MVP of the regular season. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor won Coach of the Year. Nick Chubb won Offensive Player of the Year with the Browns. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year with the Lions. Checking out players available to re-sign before we go into free agency. Taron Johnson is down to 82 overall with normal dev. He was 83, so he didn't really fall off like too bad. Because I can offer him a 1-year deal and see if he wants to come back. He's coming back. We got Joseph Day. I think I'm gonna wait and go to free agency and see if I can find someone better. Elam, I do want him to come back. I think I offered him a deal, but he was like, I want more money, bro. More years and more money. Let's try this player-friendly deal and see. Nope, we want a free agency. All right. Well, at least you got that one Super Bowl. Jalen Mayfield, I do want to bring him back. He's a 79 overall, 26 years old. He's gonna go to free agency too. All right. Go ahead then. Mitch Morse, he's 75 overall, 34 years old. Shakir has been pretty good for us as a wide receiver 3, but I think I'm gonna hold off on him. And everyone else, I'll see y'all in free agency. I got Kayvon Thibodeau. He's gonna be playing left end for us. He was outside linebacker, but I moved him to left end. We got Nate Davis at right guard. We got Isaiah Wynn at right tackle, and we got Kevin Dotson at left guard. Pretty much needed an offensive line. We definitely need another defensive end, and I try to get like 4 other guys. Like I try to get a really good middle linebacker. I try to get a really good safety. I try to get a really good corner. Nobody wanted to sign with us, even if we had the best deal by far. I guess no one wants to play in Buffalo because they don't like to try to win championships. I'm not really too sure. But we got $37 million in cap space, so might try to do a trade or something because this is going to be the last season of the rebuild. This is a 5th year, and draft picks are not going to be worth anything the next season, so I can try to trade them away to get something. All right, so I'm looking at potential trade offers that I could do to try to get middle linebacker Isaiah Simmons from the Cardinals. We really need like a stud middle linebacker, and I think that'll help bring the defense like up to where it needs to be. So these are the 3 things that they want. They either want left tackle Dawkins, they want a 1st, 3rd, and 6th round pick, or Dawson Knox straight up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do Dawson Knox straight up because we have that other tight end that can step up and be the starter. I decided I'm gonna get Jalen Johnson from the Packers, and they will take 1st round, 2nd round, and 3rd round pick for him. So I'm gonna do that, beef up this secondary. All right, so the last trade I'm gonna make is gonna be for strong safety Budda Baker from the Cardinals. I'm gonna get a 1st round pick and a 4th round pick to them to get him. Really need to beef up the safety position and try to give us some help on the top end of this defense. So I just skipped the entire draft. I let the computer draft everybody, and you can tell that they didn't do a very good job. They drafted this quarterback Jeremy Morton, 59 overall in the 3rd round. This pick's not too bad. Gerald Parrish, 69 overall in the 5th round, but none of them have hidden dev. All right, so here's what the final team is gonna look like for the 5th season. We got Josh Allen, 99 overall superstar X Factor. We got Najee Harris, 98 overall superstar div. He lost his X Factor for some reason. Stephon Diggs up to 96 overall superstar X Factor. Thurman's gonna be wide receiver 3, and then we got Davis, 90 overall star div, wide receiver 2. Tight end Robinson, 75 overall star div, is gonna be taking over the starting job since we had to trade Knox. Right tackle we got Wynn, he's 87 overall star div. Basically the only weak point on the team on the offense is 83 overall Leatherwood at right guard. He has a normal div. Campbell, 87 overall star center, 87 overall Davis at left guard, he's a star div, 87 overall star div. Dawkins at left tackle. Defensively, we made some trades. We got Simmons at middle linebacker. We got Warner for a couple of years in free agency. We got Gaither coming over in free agency. I moved Love from strong safety to free safety since he was better than Woodley, just overall wise. And we traded for Budda Baker, traded for Johnson. We traded for Thibodeau, so we made some pretty significant trades here. And as you can see, Odigizua is the weakest point on the defense. Well, him and Gaither, I guess. And we got Ken Law, defensive tackle, number 1. He's 83 overall star div. Hayden Hutchinson's 90 overall superstar X Factor. Tre'Davious White is still a 94 overall, but he's dropped down to just star div. And then we got Johnson at cornerback 3 with the 82 overall. So hopefully we can make it to the Super Bowl. At the midseason point, we're 5-2, leading the division, off to a pretty good start. Jets are 4-3, Dolphins are 4-3, and the Patriots are 2-5. I'm not going to look at the players that are available to negotiate because it doesn't matter. It's the last season. So here at the end of the season, we went 12-5. We won the division. The Dolphins went 9-8. The Patriots and Jets both went 5-12. We're going to be playing against Pittsburgh. They went 9-8. Pretty good season. Statistically, we got the 9th ranked offense. Pretty good. I like it. Defensively, 13th, so step up from the last few years. That's a good sign. Josh Allen threw for 4,600 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 65% completion, and a 98.5 rating. Najee Harris had almost 300 carries for 1,642 yards at a 5.5 yard per carry average with 20 touchdowns. Nice. Josh Allen had over 400 yards rushing with 10 touchdowns rushing. Stephon Diggs, 100 catches, 1,379 yards, and only 4 touchdowns, though. Gabriel Davis had 1,000 yards with only 1 touchdown. Dean Thurman had 860 yards with 3 touchdowns. The tight end that we used to replace Knox with had 564 yards with 7 touchdowns. And it appears that a 4th string receiver had 334 yards receiving, but he had 8 touchdowns. Crazy. Defensively, Isaiah Simmons led the team in tackles with 146. That's what we wanted from him. Taron Johnson had 93 tackles. Budda Baker had 93 tackles. TFLs, Kayvon Thibodeau had 17. Javon Kinlaw had 12. Odigizua had 12 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau led the team with 13.5. Aiden Hutchinson had 9.5. Javon Kinlaw had 7. Odigizua had 6. Interceptions, Isaiah Simmons, look, he had a great season. 146 tackles, 2 sacks, and 4 interceptions. Taron Johnson had 3 interceptions. Jalen Johnson had 3 interceptions. Budda Baker had 3 interceptions. All these dudes that we traded for definitely contributed hugely. Looking at the playoff bracket, we're number 2 seed playing against number 7 seed Steelers. We already saw that. We got the Broncos and the Bengals playing against each other, and then the Colts and the Browns. The Ravens had a bye week. Here we are in the playoffs. Hopefully this is the first of many on our way to the Super Bowl. We're up 7-3. We're up 10-3. In the second quarter, we're still up 10-3. Pittsburgh ties it up 10-10 in the second quarter. Come on, 17-10. We take the lead in the third quarter. 17-10 still. 24-13 going into the fourth quarter. 31-13 we're winning in the fourth quarter. 31-20. 38-20. We won the playoff game 38-20 in the first round. On to the next one. Next round of the playoffs, we're going to be playing against the Browns, who are 12-5, along with us as 12-5. They beat the Colts 38-23, and then the Bengals are playing against the Ravens. I decided to check out the injury report before we started this playoff game, and I didn't even know Tre'Davious White was on the injured reserve list with a dislocated hip, out for 4 weeks, and then our other starting safety, Julian Love, has a ruptured disc, is out for 2 weeks. Backup running back has a broken finger, out for 1 week. Here we are in the next round of the playoffs, still playing at home. Cleveland takes a 3-0 lead at the jump. We jump up 7-3, 14-3 in the second quarter, 14-10. We're still winning. 14-13, Cleveland, or 21-13 in the second quarter, 21-16 in the third quarter. We're still winning by 5. Still 21-16, 28-16. We jump up to a bigger lead. 28-23 in the fourth quarter, 38-23. We won the game, 38-23. Thought we were going to end up blowing the lead there for a minute. On to the next round. Here we are the next week of the playoffs. We're going to be playing against the 12-5 Bengals. I'm going to look at the playoff bracket here. Bengals beat the Baltimore Ravens 24-21, so they barely beat them by 3. They were a number 6 seed with the 12-5 record. That's crazy. That's probably like the best record of 6 seeds ever had in the history of the NFL. Here we are in the AFC Championship game, still playing in Buffalo. We're down 7-0 to start the game off. We tie 7-7 in the second quarter. Jump up to a 14-7 lead going into halftime. 17-7, 17-14. That we're winning by 3. 24-14, we're winning by 10. 24-20, 31-21, we're up by 10 in the fourth quarter. 31-24, 38-24 in the fourth quarter. 38-30, 38-30. We won the AFC Championship game. Going to the Super Bowl. Checking out the 2026 yearly awards. Lamar Jackson won MVP, but Josh Allen came in 7th. Coach of the year, we came in 9th. Offensive player of the year, Najee Harris came in 6th, and Josh Allen came in 9th. Defensive player of the year, Isaiah Simmons came in 8th, and Kayvon Thibodeau came in 10th. Those trades working out good. Offensive rookie of the year, Parrish came in 9th. Defensive rookie of the year, nothing. Best quarterback, Josh Allen came in 6th. Best running back, Najee Harris came in 4th. Best wide receiver, nothing. Best O-line, nothing. Best D-line, Thibodeau came in 5th. Best linebacker, Simmons came in 9th. Best defensive back, Taron Johnson came in 7th. Here at Super Bowl week, we're gonna be playing against Dallas. They're 10-7 on the year. They beat the Packers 45-24. Here we are in the Super Bowl. First quarter, nothing's happening so far. We jump up to a 7-0 lead. Dallas ties it up 7-7. Second quarter, still 7-7. Dallas takes a 14-7 lead. Halftime, it scores 14-14. Into the third quarter, we jump up 17 to Dallas scored 21-17. Dallas is up 28-23. 35-23, we're losing. Come on, 35-30. 38-35, we're winning. 41-35. Woo, we won the Super Bowl. Bang, we had a big comeback at the end there. We got 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. Not too bad.
For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
Decided to check out the stats for the Super Bowl since we won. Josh Allen had a 106 rating, 324 yards with 4 touchdowns and no picks. Najee Harris had 78 yards rushing with 5.2 per carry with 1 touchdown. Parrish had 115 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. Gabriel Davis had 110 yards. Tight end Mac Robinson had 51 yards with 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs only had 3 catches for 48 yards. Defensively, tackles, Warner led the team with 9. Woodley had 8. Simmons had 8 sacks. Kayvon Thibodeau had 2 sacks. Warner had 1. Jalen Johnson had 2 interceptions, and Woodley had 1 interception. Nice. 2026 season recap. We beat the Cowboys 41-35 to win our 2nd Super Bowl of the rebuild. Josh Allen was MVP of the Super Bowl. And then we saw Lamar Jackson win MVP of the regular season. Zach Taylor with the Bengals won Coach of the Year. Deebo Samuel on the Chiefs now won Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year again. So here's what the final team looks like. Najee Harris got his Superstar X Factor back, but he's 99 overall. Josh Allen, 99 overall. Stephon Diggs, 96. Davis is up to 94. What's going on here? Leatherwood got dropped down for some reason. Well, anyways, offensive line's looking good. Defensively, we made a lot of trades to help out the defense on the last season. Tre'Davious White dropped down to cornerback 2. He's down to 91 overall, but Kayvon Thibodeau is up to superstar with 93 overall. Hutchinson dropped down to superstar, and Simmons is at 90 overall. So I think overall this team actually did pretty good. It just sucks that one season that Josh Allen got hurt. That was basically not such a great season. I mean, he got hurt. We brought in Kirk Cousins, and he did good to win a bunch of games for us until Josh Allen came back. Josh Allen won every game whenever he came back. I think we went 10-7, but we still didn't make the playoffs, which was not ideal. But that's it for the video. Appreciate everyone for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe, like the video, say something in the comments. See y'all in the next one. Peace.